10 to 15 years ago, I noticed that I was slowly losing my eyesight. In our family, this is genetically inherited. So I thought to myself nga, it is best to prepare my family, myself, my children, my wife, for what is soon to come. So my two boys, I trained them how to take care of our pigs since we also have a small backyard farm. And I taught them how to do the kapun of the piglets. I also taught them how to what medicines to inject when they get sick. So and my daughters, I encourage them to learn how to manage the kitchen, how to cook. And my two boys even know how to cook the lechon. I prepared them for that so that when the time comes, they will be ready to face it together with me. I also taught them how to drive even at a very early age without license. They already learned how to drive the motorcycle and the car, and my eldest daughter. And my wife also learned how to drive. It was all for that preparation. And as the years passed, finally it came. I was not able to drive anymore. And my worries really started to sink in. My capabilities were slowly developed into insomnia, my worries. I was not sleeping. My best sleep was only for 2 hours a day for 2 years. And that was not yet the worst of it. When the time came that I cannot read and write anymore, since I was a teacher, so worry really started to sink in even more. My insomnia was now developed into a deep depression. So I was always angry, and of course, the one closest to the heat will be the first one to get burned. So that was my wife. She received most of the anger that I was expressing out from my frustrations. And still, that was not the worst of it. After some time, I started to hear voices in my head telling me to commit suicide since I was no longer useful and I have no purpose. No. But these voices inside my head was different from any voice because it would argue with me. I fought against it since I was a former seminarian. I did my best to pray all the prayers, memorize prayers that I learned. It was, to my surprise, that the voice would just laugh at me and would tell me, am I supposed to be afraid of that? So it was really very strange and very difficult for me since I really believed in what I was taught. I really had all my faith that it would really drive away all the demons that would disturb me. So it was just laughing at me. It was with me all the time to torment me every time I get frustrated. So as with many other nights, this time I thought to myself while crying, I did not pray my memorized prayers anymore. I said to God, Lord, my only hope will be to read your words in the Bible. But this won't be possible anymore since I cannot see. And if you will not help me, I might reconsider what this voice has been telling me for the longest time. So I prayed hard, I cried myself to sleep, not knowing whether God would help me or not. So the next morning, when I woke up, I asked my wife, Langga, maybe you can look for something in YouTube that would help me listen and hear something from the Bible. So she did. She looked for something or anything that she would be able to open. Accidentally, she opened CCF. We didn't know CCF back then. But I noticed that I've heard this Chinese guy in broadcast radio talking about Chinese characters, how it is connected to the Bible. So I listened. Then I noticed that these voices that was tormenting me was no longer there. So I was a little bit happy. But the reality is, I was still very depressed. I was still very worried for my wife, especially since I will be I will not be able to work anymore. For my children who will be entering college, five of them pretty soon at that time. As always, CCF will always encourage us to join the group. I thought to myself, nga, maybe it would be good to join the group since they can hopefully help us pray for our situation. When we joined the D group, my first D group leader, Brother Fred and Sis Myla, they introduced me to the Bible app since I told them that I wanted to have a Bible but I cannot read. So they gave me the Bible app wherein I can listen to it. One day while I was listening to the Bible, I have came across Joshua chapter 1, but this time it was different. So Joshua chapter 1 says na Joshua son of Nun, my servant Moses is dead. Go and lead my people to the promised land. But there was this little voice coming into my head that told me, you change the name Joshua with your name and Israel with your family. I listened to it again and in my mind, change the name Joshua and your family with my name. And so it read, Junard, son of Leonardo, your previous life is dead. Go and lead your family to the promised land. As I was with my servants, as I am with my servants, so I'll be with you. Be strong and courageous. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Meditate on my word day and night. Turn neither to the left nor to the right. Only be strong and courageous. Have I not commanded you? Don't be afraid nor be discouraged. For I, the Lord your God, will be with you everywhere you go.
These words, these promises of God, took away my depression. It gave me purpose, gave me meaning. I can be useful. I am not useless. I can be used by God. So please allow me to boast a little this time. Since it is said na if we are to boast, we have to boast on the goodness of God. So because of that, my family, every night after dinner, we would read the Bible. We are now on the 7th year doing this. We read the Bible and I would give a little sharing about what we are reading. And just lately, around 1.5 year, I am with a friend, a local pastor in our place. It is a different story by itself, no, because it was impressed to us by God that we would go and share the gospel to people in our place who are very old, bedridden, and to the sick. And we've been doing this for a year and a half, like I said. And we were also, we were part of the welcome ministry for some time. And we plan to join the next gen because we can make our children get involved in the ministry. While in Welcome Center, it will only be me and my wife. So we want our children to be part of the ministry. So next gen, we can do it as a family. So I hope we'll be able to have that soon. So that is how God has healed me, blessed me, and protected me from what was so difficult in my life.
I used to be very worried about losing my sight, but I learned that true contentment does not depend on my circumstance or found in my own strength. It is the work of Jesus in me. Through Him, I learned to be content in every season. He supplies everything that I lack, giving me the strength to endure, peace to trust, and the joy to rest in Him. My contentment does not depend on what I have, but is based on Him.
So I am Leonardo Momongan Jr., person saved by the power of God's word. Thank you.